Hey Crafty Dolls, welcome back, and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Amber Michawn and I love all things DIY crafting on a budget but with a high-end look. If you're not new, hey doll hey! Today is my Christmas in July video, so let's go ahead and jump into the crafts. This DIY, I am taking these Nutcrackers I got from the Dollar Tree a while ago, and I'm just going to spray paint them. I'm going to spray paint 3 with the colonial red and the other 3 with white, and then try to use this glitter. I ended up not using the white mainly because my spray can didn't work, so I had to use winter gray, which I actually really like how that turned out. So the first thing I did is I removed all of the hair pieces on these Nutcrackers. It was actually a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I didn't want to cut them because I didn't want blunt edges, because I wasn't sure if I was going to put them back. I thought to, but in the end I decided not to, but it was pretty difficult to take them off. Anyways, I go outside to start spray painting, and like I said, I used 3 for the colonial red, and I took their hats off because those are going to be that gray color, this winter gray color. Both of these are Rust-Oleum spray paint cans, and I actually let these dry pretty good. I gave them about 3 coats, maybe 2.5. When I say half, I just kind of spot sprayed. This is what they look like when they turned out. I'm glad that I did 6 because the other 2 that are not shown here, they didn't look too good. So I need to work on my spray painting skills. I've been out of crafting for a bit. Hey, excuse me. Please give me grace. Anyways, I put the hats back on, the red ones, and then I used some Mod Podge to cover the hats because I am going to put the glitter on them. Thought about trying to do like the armor as glitter, but it didn't seem right in my head. So the hats were it for me. For the red ones, I did this kind of like brown reddish kind of glitter, and then for the gray ones I did a red glitter, and it turned out really cute. I only had to do 1 coat of this, and it's really cute. I really like how these turned out, and I think they're going to be a nice little decor piece come Christmas time. Let me know what you think. For my next DIY, I am taking this sled. I actually got this on sale from Walmart a couple years ago. I think it was only like 50 cents. And then I'm going to use this Snow White Waverly chalk paint, and I am going to remove the jute cord or hanger that it came with, and then I'm just going to paint this all over. I got majority of the black pieces, but there's a couple black spots that I did not get because I kind of like the contrast of that color, and I gave this 2 good coats all throughout, and it turned out really pretty color. After that, this is what it looks like, and then I take my trusty finger sander and I sand down all the edges to get me a good distressed look. I really like distressing majority of my crafts that I do make. I typically am a painting distresser, meaning I take another color of paint. So in this instance, I would have taken some brown or some black and kind of distressed that way, but I really like the look of what my sander will do because it looks like a little bit of more of a worn sled, and I just really like that look. And I just get in the creases and on the edges just to make it look the way that I want. I just keep going until my eyes are happy. Then I'm going to take an assortment of greenery, mistletoe, just a bunch of different Christmas florals that I want to try to see. This is how my brain works when I do these crafts. I just pull out a whole bunch that I think that I might want to use, and then I start rearranging as best as I could on it before I actually glue it down. So that's pretty much what I did here. I wanted to see how everything looked before I committed. And once I was happy with what, my eyes told me that looked good, then I just went to glue down. I got these glittery greenery pieces from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. Yeah, I think they're Hobby Lobby. I get most of my florals from Hobby Lobby. My Dollar Trees don't really have good floral options. Hobby Lobby or Walmart, really Walmart. But anyways, I hot glue everything down in the center, and then I cut down those little like they're beads on a stick or something. I don't know, but I got those from Hobby Lobby again. I think, yeah, I think I got everything from Hobby Lobby. I keep saying that, but yeah. Anyways, Then I put this mistletoe without the actual greenery mistletoe because I just wanted the pine cones and the berries. Hot glued that to the center and then glued 2 of those bead sticks towards the bottom. 3 would have been too much because I did cut out the phrase Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. So I wanted to put that at the bottom of my sled. And then I'm just filling in some more greenery pieces just to make it a little bit more full. I think it looks really pretty when you have contrasting colors and contrasting textures. The dimension of that goes a long way. So then, like I said, on my Explorer 3, my Cricut Explorer 3, I cut out this phrase in red removable vinyl, Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. And then I just put that over onto the bottom of the sled. I did also take my sanding, my finger sander and sanded a little bit on top of the words as well because I didn't want the distress sled and then my words being all shiny. So I kind of forced a little bit of the pieces of the vinyl that were over the creases into them and then sanded down a bit, and I really love how this turned out. Super adorable. Again, I hot glued the jute cord back onto the top and I just love it. It turned out really adorable. Let me know what you think. All right, so I do want to take a minute to let you guys know about this Christmas in July collaboration that I was so grateful to be a part of. The Cozy Christmas Cottage is starting her Christmas season, so make sure you head over to her channel, get all the Christmas inspiration that you need for the rest of the year and the season. And I was just so grateful that she asked me to join this amazing playlist of very talented DIYers. Make sure you go down to my description box. There will be the playlist as well as pinned in my comments. But yeah, tons of Christmas in July inspiration for you to get right before you get crafting for Christmas. All of these people are wonderful people and great crafters. Their brains amaze me all the time. But yeah, so make sure you go ahead and watch everybody's video after you watch mine. And if you come from the playlist, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping and watching my video and listen to me ramble on as much as I do. If you do like what you see, I'd be happy if you go ahead and consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you're notified every time that I upload. All right, dolls, let's get back to the DIYs. The next one I am making is going to be a wreath. It's going to be an ornament wreath. I have not made an ornament wreath ever, but I am very familiar with making wreaths. I love making wreaths. But with this one, I had a lot going on, y'all. But anyways, I took off the top part of the ornament, the silver part, because I didn't need it. And to be honest, I should have bought 3 of these packs of ornaments instead of 2 because it just simply wasn't enough. But I made do. And honestly, I've had these ornaments for a couple years. I have not been shopping at the Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, nothing for a very long time. As you can see, I have not been posting and updating and crafting that much. Life has just been so busy and hectic. It's been great, but it's just been so busy. I haven't been able to sit down and complete a full video. But anyways, let's get back to this. I know I told y'all I'd be rambling, but I just hot glued all of the ornaments onto the on top of the wreath. And then to get my fillers, like I said, I didn't have enough I keep saying bulbs, and enough ornaments. I decided to take these pine stems off of a bunch that I had and just hot glued them down to the outside of the wreath as well as the inside, and that made it come together and look so much better because I didn't have enough ornaments. after a lot of trial and error, I did hot glue down the rest of my ornaments, but then I added a little embellishment, a couple pine cones, a couple of red little berries that came off of a rope or whatever, and then I decided to put this mistletoe berry bunch in the middle just to have it all come together. I think it turned out really cute in the end. It gave me a big headache, but I really like it, and now I know how many ornaments I should buy. Let me know what you think. All right, for this DIY, I am taking this really cute, like, rustic sign. I got this from Walmart a few years ago. Just haven't gotten around to use it. And then I have this set of 3 wreaths, like wicker wreaths, or what is it? Yeah, wicker, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I always wanted to do this type of DIY where I had a couple of these wreaths kind of hanging from a sign. I wanted to use all 3, but my sign A was not long enough and it wasn't wide enough. So I had to settle for 2. And so I'm taking this, a black and red buffalo check ribbon that I got from Walmart when it was on sale. It was like 25 cents. And so then I'm just wrapping it around my wreaths and then going to measure how the length of each one. And then when I commit to that, I hot glue it to the back side, the ribbon to the back side, as well as the top of the sign. And then I cut out this phrase, "It's the most wonderful time of year," on my Cricut Explore 3. But I am going to use it as a stencil because I am going to use some torch paste. This is actually my first time using torch paste. I used a pen before, but I really wanted to use the paste because I felt like it goes a little bit longer of a way. And so I did my somewhat of a thin layer of torch paste, and then I removed my stencil after a couple minutes of letting it dry and then removing all the little bits on there. And then I took my heat tool and I just went away with getting this all scorched in. This process, it took a while for it to get started, but once it got started, it was very quick to get the desired burn mark look that I wanted, I guess you would say. But it did take about 5 minutes for it to actually get all the way dried and then started warming up. And then once that was done, it maybe took about a minute, you know, every couple of words to do it. But it turned out really cute. I think it was really adorable. But knowing me, I just cannot sit still when I feel like a project isn't complete. And so I decided to take my wreath and then this berry little, what is this called? It's like a berry wire thing. Anyways, I wrap it around both of the wreaths because I think it just makes it all come together. It was just looking a little too plain Jane for me with just the bare wreaths the way that they were. So I did both of them and I'm really happy how they turned out. Let me know what you think about this one as well. Alright dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up as it definitely helps out my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you head down to the playlist and tell everybody I said hello, and I really hope you enjoyed everything. Alright y'all, be blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye!